Noble black supremacy. And with this particular video, I want to talk about Brother Polight. And this is to the conscious community, the black revolutionary community, the RBG community, Tupac fans, whatever you might consider yourself. Because a lot of our so-called revolutionary teachers and leaders today were inspired by Tupac and Khalid Muhammad, which are very different in their approach, in their perspective, and in their lifestyle. But these people played a significant role in inspiring the black power, the revolutionary or radical community today. Khalid Muhammad and Tupac. That's a fact. People swear by Tupac. He's an iconic figure. Let's make no mistake about that. I don't have to do no oral biography on Tupac. A lot of people will admit that Tupac inspired them, or what they thought about Tupac or their perspective of Tupac inspired them to do what they're doing today. They hold Tupac as somebody great as far as the black struggle is concerned. Tupac played his role to me. He played whatever role he played, but I would beg to differ and disagree with the significance that he played as a revolutionary. I would argue that I don't see him as revolutionary as he is often portrayed by many, particularly within the black power, within the conscious community. Does that render him invaluable? Does that take away in his value? Absolutely not. He inspired who he inspired and moved who he moved. But this video is not about Tupac. It's about Brother Polight. But with this particular video, I want to say, if you want to get rid of Brother Polight for standing here with this Italian or this European looking Playboy bunny, this pulchritude of white beauty, this sex symbol, this blonde hair, blue-eyed devil dog. If we really want to throw away Polight and attack Polight for standing here with this sex symbol, this white sex symbol, then we got to get rid of Tupac too. Because while Polight has many black wives and professes to be against interracial marriage, he's simply standing here with this white woman. To me, him standing here with this white woman is clearly not a good look for black nationalism, not a good look for black power, not a good look for the black revolution, not a good look as a black leader. But before Polight stood here with this Italian looking white devil, he wasn't a good look from a lot of other decisions that he made to be up in Hollywood and to become materialistic and get caught up into the consumerism. He's been a bad look for a long time. Period. So to me, this is just the icing on the cake as far as the type of decisions he's making. But I'm now getting that maybe he's just doing this to cause controversy. That this picture is just him stirring up controversy within the black power and black conscious community. And this is how he keeps himself relevant, even famous or popular. That he's getting famous off of insulting the Black power and the Black conscious community. And we don't realize that. We keep giving our energy to it. But we're making him relevant in a certain way. Because it is the radical controversy that he's stirring up that is going viral. That's making him more significant, more popular, and more famous. It's a Hollywood tactic. So I can only say that he's doing this to be controversial because I believe that he is way more intelligent than to just do some fuckery like this. And I could be wrong. That if he's doing some shit like this, there's an underhanded scheme to it. There's another strategy, another tactic. And by him keep doing this, from in the car with the tranny, from flashing his materialism, he is consistently insulting the values and the principles of the Black power and conscious community. And every time he does it, it goes viral and it stirs up controversy and his name comes up and he's more relevant and he's more famous and he's more all eyes on me. All eyes on me. But speaking of all eyes on me, let's go back to Tupac. If we get rid of Polight for just standing here with this blue-eyed, blonde-haired devil, which you would never see Minister Khalid Abdul Muhammad do or portray in any way, and he would be absolutely and totally against this. But these are the contradictions of the conscious community. We're bipolar. We uphold two icons that are really opposite in what how they behaved and how they acted and what they did, Khalid Muhammad and Tupac. But if we get rid of Polight for just standing here with this Playboy bunny, validating this white privileged beast, who all Black women destroy themselves, bleach their skin and blonde their hair, Nicki Minaj, Black China, and the list goes on, Lil' Kim, to look like this woman. And here it is, he's standing next to her and taking pictures with her, taking selfies. He's not doing justice or doing nothing that will really be positive for the Black woman's self-image. Because the Black women want to look like this. And he upholds this imagery. He is validating this imagery. He's validating the Playboy bunny. He's validating this. But clearly it's just a picture. And we have no evidence that he's sleeping with this white woman or with her yet. It's just a picture. If we're going to get rid of him for being with this white woman in this picture, for desecrating the values of the Black power, anti-integration, separatist, Black revolutionary, Pan-Africanism, Black national, Black pride, Black is beautiful, pro-Black movement. If we're going to get rid of him for desecrating the Black power community for this picture, then we would have to get rid of Tupac. Because what you see here on the left is not Tupac just taking a picture with Madonna. He was in a romantic relationship with Madonna at the height of his career. He was in a romantic and intimate relationship with Madonna. He loved this white woman at some point. And he broke up with her, not because he hated white people, not because he didn't love the white woman or he didn't find her attractive. He broke up with her for his image, because he wanted to portray the image of being some type of Black revolutionary, some type of black leader, some type of black hero, some type of black icon. And being with her would be against that fake image that he was portraying. So he had to break up with her. We would have to get rid of Tupac. We can't keep hailing Tupac. We would have to realize how fake Tupac is and how irrelevant and insignificant he really is to the true Black Power movement. Because essentially, he was with this white woman. And the letter that came out that he wrote to Madonna, he was very apologetic. And he showed in the letter he had a lot of respect for her. But he had a fake image that he had to maintain to the people. And that's his reason for breaking up with her. Tupac got to go then. That image of Tupac, of people imitating and coming in the vein of Tupac, has to go. You can't have Tupac and Khalid Muhammad. You can't have them both. Tupac got to go if you that much against black men who are attracted to, like, or want to be with at some point in their life a white woman. You got to get rid of Tupac, because not only is he in the picture with Madonna, a sex symbol, a white sex symbol at the time, blonde hair, blue-eyed devil. She got black hair in this picture. But he was with this sex symbol white woman, and Polight is standing against this sex symbol playboy white woman. I'm going to tell you the truth. Before you get rid of Tupac and get rid of Polight with Tupac, the only thing Polight and Tupac have in common is they both fake and they both Hollywood. But they're that in a very juxtaposed way, because Polight does not give a goddamn about this white woman that he's standing next to. And I'm absolutely clear on that. He's only doing it for the Hollywood value. He doesn't sincerely have respect for or care or even really admire anyone in Hollywood on a real person level. These are basically network relationships based on what he can get out of it. And there are social media stunts to try to make himself more famous. So he doesn't give a fuck about anybody in Hollywood. This white woman standing next to him, he could give a goddamn in reality. And we're clear on that. He's only doing it as a publicity stunt, as a social media stunt. And he only is dealing with these white people out of trying to network and get more material and trying to get more money and get more of that. It's not real. Some people in Hollywood, they actually do respect the people in Hollywood. It's real for them. They want to climb up the ladder. It's what they want. They really have honor for these people. They really are building real relationships. They're real genuine about what they're doing in Hollywood, even though Hollywood is fake. But there's some people who that is their reality. But Polight is being strategically fake. And the only thing that Polight has in common with Tupac is they're both fake. Polight at essence is black in his heart. But he want white money, white whips, white clothes, white validation, white acceptance. Tupac in his heart is a little on the white side. But he wants black validation, to be a thug, to be looked at as a gangster. He makes money off of appearing to be more blacker. And Polight makes more money being controversial and making himself appear as though he cares about white people. I didn't want to make this video too long. But if you have a problem with Polight standing next to this white woman, You got to get rid of Tupac. Y'all got to stop helling him up. Because Tupac was fake. He loved white women. He loved Madonna. He was with that white woman. Tupac was fake, but he gave y'all the black that y'all wanted in Hollywood. Polight is giving you all the controversy that you want in Hollywood. And he's fake. He's only in Hollywood for the material, for the money, for whatever he can get. And he really was only in the conscious community for those reasons. But when you look at his family, you can tell that he was actually black. When you look at the beautiful black woman that he's with, you can tell that he actually has black love in him. If you look at his family, judge him by his family. But he played the conscious community for what he can get out of it. And now he's going to play Hollywood for what he can get out of it. And part of playing the conscious community and playing Hollywood is just getting whatever the hell he can get out of it to build up himself. It's not about, he's not a revolutionary, not a black leader, none of that. But he knows how to make himself iconic and make himself relevant. And I'll tell you all the time that Donald Trump uses the same strategy he keeps up controversy to make himself relevant and to make himself important. Trump don't really care about nothing and don't really stand for much, but he knows how to stay up under your skin and to suck your energy as a vampire, to make himself the most important and significant political person in the globe. I want to end this video. Before I end it, I want to talk about the white woman here, Playboy Bunny, wearing a dashiki. He said he came up with some just dumbass story that he made. It was just silly because Polight just be running circles around individuals and they just let him do it. He runs circles around them with stupid remarks, stupid logistics, illogical. He says the white woman can wear a dashiki. He said that they took Africans out of West Africa and took them to Dutch, Indonesia, which he said is East Dutch. And the white people over there want to find out how to mass produce the African attire that those West Africans were wearing. And they found a way to do it, and that's how they came up with the mass-printed dashiki. For one, that is cultural appropriation from Africa, from West Africa. Just because they mass-printed it, it's still African culture. It still originated in Africa. And everybody doesn't wear mass-printed dashikis. And a mass-printed dashiki has been taken over by capitalism. I think we should still, if we're going to wear dashikis, try to get those African dashikis that are of different tribes in Kenya and West Africa. Don't go for the mass printed dashikis. So for him to assume everybody's into mass printed dashikis and we don't understand capitalism and mass production and consumerism and white exploitation of African culture, he's talking to the wrong audience. To think people in the conscious community are not aware of that. That the real people out here are not looking for mass printed dashikis that everybody and their mom is wearing. But since the Dutch mass produced these dashikis, or what's called the dashiki, he says this is the reason and they wear it, then he should have a right to wear Versace. Okay, for one, Versace didn't come from Africa. Versace's style of print didn't come from Africa. Versace was a homosexual. This is a fact. A homosexual that I believe was French. A homosexual that was murdered. And when you buy Versace, you are supporting the white man. if you buy a real African dajiki, not the mass printed bullshit that's printed in China, but if you buy a real tribal and ethnic dajiki, you are probably going to end up supporting the African. Because I remember at the African festivals, that's where you buy the real dajikis from. If you connect with one of them Africans and stay away from the mass print designs and get with one of those Africans and say, you know, I want a tribal one. Like the ones y'all wear at weddings. I want the one that y'all made yourself. The real ones. That I can't buy at Walmart. That I can't buy at the Chinese beauty supply house. And they'll have them. And you can buy one that you ain't seen nobody with. Let's keep it real. And you end up supporting an African because they send that money back home to Africa. But if you buy Versace, you're supporting white retailers. You're supporting white businesses. And you're doing free promotion for these white businesses and establishment, and you accept homosexuality by default, which is why I would see trannies dancing around your car, because Versace comes in the energy of homosexuality. When you got gay people making clothes for heterosexual, by default, you're accepting homosexuality into your subconscious mind. So not only is it made by white people and white people benefit off of it, and it's overpriced for the fabric that it's made of, and they're only buying the name of a dead cracker, a dead European, you're also by default supporting homosexuality. That's worser than buying a mass print dajiki that was culturally appropriated by the Dutch and mass printed. And they didn't even print a dajiki. They just came up with a print that they massive printed, because every dajiki can be unique if it's made at home. It won't be just this basic print that everybody's wearing. If they actually make it on their land and make it with their equipment, each dajiki and each print can be unique. That's a fact. So you're wearing the clothes designed by a homosexual that was murdered, and you're supporting the materialism that's worn by the mass ignorance within the black community, that you're supporting that and validating the stupidity of other people who wear those clothes and are willing to kill, steal, and destroy their own over a goddamn name brand. You support that reality by wearing Versace. So it's deeper than just wearing the white man's clothes. You're wearing a homosexual's clothes. You're wearing clothes that are overpriced, and you're directly giving your money to institutions of white supremacy. Because if you buy your Versace from a black person, it's a knockoff. You're still supporting the name, but it's a knockoff and not the real thing. And if you buy from a black person who retails it themselves, they're only getting a small percentage. So Whitey's still coming up off of it. So you're not supporting black manufacturing, black owned business. Rock a black clothing designer at the least. You got a name, help a black clothing designer come up. That's what you was doing in Harlem with the pills. Now you in Hollywood, you support homosexual clothing designers, Versace, that are dead Europeans. This King Noble Black Supremacy. Join my website, www.kingnobleuncensored.com. Subscribe to my new YouTube page, King Noble Guru. Subscribe now. Hit the like on this video right now. Follow me on Instagram, KingNobleUncensored.c.o.m. Donate, don't hate.